If you only have a couple minutes for scripture today, I got you. Welcome to today's Bite-Sized Biblecast. Today we are in Colossians chapter 4, verse 2. Continue steadfastly in prayer, being watchful in it with thanksgiving. Prayer is one of those things in the Christian faith that is kind of such a no-brainer and so simple and basic, and yet also such a complete and utter mystery. I'm actually in the process of reading a couple different books on prayer right now. I have a collection of essays from C.S. Lewis that I'm reading. I also have a book on listening prayer that I'm reading. I just finished the book Crafted Prayer by Graham Cooke. Prayer is something that is incredibly fascinating to me, especially the concept of listening prayer, which I have talked about quite a bit on my page here. And I'm actually working on an in-depth podcast episode right now about listening prayer, how it works, how to start doing it, all of that good stuff. And quick little plug here, go subscribe to my podcast with the link in my bio. So it's interesting to me that I just ordered a couple different books on prayer yesterday for my Kobo. I love my Kobo. I've been reading so much more since I got a Kobo. Found it on Facebook Marketplace, got a great deal. Anyway, but then today's verse is about prayer. And I love when God does that, when he kind of like brings little things together in this little like serendipitous way. And so I love that we're talking about prayer today in the verse. It's really easy for us to get distracted by this idea of prayer being something we should do, where we are asking God for things, but we're not really sure why, because if he already knows everything, why are we talking to him and asking him for things? And it ends up being both, again, such a basic part of the faith, like you pray before meals with your family, and you should pray a couple times a day and talk to God. It just kind of loses its oomph, especially when we have a lack of clarity on it. That's really funny. As I'm sitting here recording this, a little YouVersion notification came through and was like, hey, reminder, take some time to pray. So that is what your reminder today is going to be. I just want you to take some time to pray today. I always recommend getting your prayer journal out and sitting down with some scripture and talking to God through the pages. Starting to actually write out my prayers has been huge for me, especially as an ADHDer, because my brain wanders constantly. I can get distracted by how well I'm doing at not getting distracted. I can get so focused on focusing that then I start thinking about the focus and start thinking about, wow, this is so much easier than the last time I tried to focus. What was it the last time that got me distracted? And then before I know it, I'm like down 400 rabbit trails thinking about something completely different and completely distracted. Whereas writing things out helps me to maintain a train of thought. It also, we know that writing things helps with the brain connection. We know that it's really good for our brains and for remembering things and really digging into things when we're writing things out by hand. It's just incredibly helpful to actually have a prayer journal and use it regularly as part of your prayer routine. So that is what I want to encourage you to do today. Get out your prayer journal, read through some scripture. I really love the YouVersion verse of the day, even if all I have time for in the day is just a little bit of reading, even one verse. I very, very strongly encourage you to do that. Read a little bit of scripture, do some prayer journaling, and see what God has for you today. Follow for more.